Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, would you do something for me? Would you hit that like button down below, drop a comment, and if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you get notified. Today what I want to do is give you a little bit of a tip for wintertime fishing. If you're like me living in the southeast, we're kind of in the dead middle of winter. But we're starting to get into what most people will begin to consider a little bit of early spring. And that's going to begin in February. And we're just a couple of weeks away from February and when things are going to start warming back up. Well, one of the things that I like to do this time of the year is throw a jig. Most of you guys know that a jig is a fantastic wintertime bait. But one of the things that I like to do, in particular with my jig, is I like to downsize my jigs. And what I usually do is go to a lighter jig. What I want to do is I'm going to show you a couple of fish catches, and then we'll talk about this jig and why I think it caught these fish like it did. Hey guys. Let's just see how he got a jig. I mean, he has both of the fish I've caught today. Had that just little itty bitty finesse jig right at the top of their head. Got it. Number 3, guys. All right, guys. Well, as you saw, those fish are really eating this jig. The water was cold that day. We were down in about 45, 44 degree water, depending on where you were in the river. And most of the time when I'm skipping docks, I'm using a 3/8 ounce arky head jig. It skips well. Of course, all of my jigs I throw on a 7-foot heavy. This particular one's more of a little bit more of a moderate action to it. I skip with 20-pound of Brazex, and then I use a fast reel. This here is a Quantum Smoke. This is a very, very light jig. It falls slow. And I think that little bit of a slower fall rate paired up with this particular chunk. This is a Bass Pro Shops Elite Swimming Chunk. I absolutely love this bait, especially in the wintertime. In the wintertime, I don't want anything that's going to have a whole lot of action on the back. When I'm skipping docks in the summertime, my go-to trailer is either going to be a Rage Menace or a Speed Crawl. Those are my absolute favorite trailers. But in the winter, I want something that's got a little bit less action. And this Elite chunk does that absolutely perfectly. And as you can see in the video, I was skipping this thing up underneath docks and just kind of letting it fall on a slack line, and they were eating it on the fall, or as soon as it hit the bottom, you'd kind of pop it once and they would get it. But if I can leave you with one tip for jig fishing in the wintertime, it is downsize on the size of your profile. As you can see, this is a very, very small jig. So downsize on your profile. And go to a trailer that has minimal action. The fish are lethargic this time of the year, and so you want to be as effective and as efficient as you can. And I think, you know, downsizing your jig will get you more bites. So anyway, guys, that's the tip today. Downsizing your jigs, using a lighter jig and a do-nothing chunk in the wintertime will definitely get you more bites than using a bigger jig with more action. I don't know why that is, but I have realized that more and more. Well, if you like today's video, hit that like button. If you're not already subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we will see you on the next video.